welcome to another episode of Quiet in the Library. I'm your host, Reggie. I'm excited to be here with you today as we get into more stories about Callus and the Leviathan. Let's get into it. On the day the hero of the Guardian tribe became the Shadow of Earth, the great emperor ordered a magnificent banquet to celebrate. The finest royal wine was served to all, along with a great feast of delicacies from both Torobatl and from Earth. The evening began with a light first course and play put on by the Leviathan's performance troupe, which retold a fictionalized account of Gaul's defeat. The Shadow of Earth sat at Callus's right hand during the performance and loudly applauded the finale of the show, where the player portraying Gaul, Tor Trakal, was killed in a great blaze of fire and light. After the performance, while the troupe removed the body of Trakal from the stage, a second course was served, and the Emperor's master of rhyme recited a poem in honor of the Shadow of Shadows, praising their accomplishments and virtues, and the virtues of the great Emperor that allowed him to choose them so rightly. The third course was served, while the Emperor's psionic dancers performed a celebratory ribbon dance. After the third course was finished, and everyone had applauded, the Emperor rose to deliver a speech. "This is a great day for the Cabal Empire, for Earth, and for you, my dear friend. Today, Earth casts a shadow. Do you know how long I've waited for you? Of course you do. We are connected, you and I, by a feeling, a thirst for pleasure, mastery, and triumph, for life. And now that we are together, we will spread the great and terrible news. We will remind all beings nothing else exists aside from this moment. And so one must strive to live in a state of rapture, to minimize pain, to maximize delight, to let go of the ideologies that tie us down. You represent the dawning of a new era, the last era before the end. I will have you at my side as this petty world meets death." The scribe employed at this future date shall please provide additional detail here as to the number of courses at the banquet and their contents. Delete this footnote upon the actualization of this history. Spake the great emperor to his Shadow of Shadows. "Go forth and gather a new army of shadows. Choose only the most beautiful, the most devoted, the most joyful, and the most skilled. I know you will find them, for you look at this world as I do. We see beyond the tethers of impermanent existence. All of our vows, our wishes, and our loyalties will someday be reduced to a nothingness so vast you cannot imagine it. This system is plagued by petty grasping. Humanity wages a pointless war against its enemies. Marasov keeps her people in an endless struggle against fate. The Elixni strive for a lost age far out of their reach. Expose their pointless attachments, my shadow, and in doing so, free them. this day, the great Emperor Callus, bringer of joy, champion of cheer, announces the long-anticipated formation of his new army of shadows. The Shadow of Earth, having set out on a quest at the behest of the Emperor, began by scattering the remaining MCXII houses in search of new recruits. There were few promising contenders among the factions, so that the Shadow ended nearly all interactions with a merciful show of violence. To save these creatures the shame of meeting the end of times in such a sorry state. One promising upstart stood out within the MCXII tribe, called by his allies as Mithrax, the Light Kell, whom the Shadow of Earth promptly took on as a protege. Together, the Shadow and Mithrax eliminated the MCXII, who remained loyal to their pathetic houses. Secondly, the Shadow of Earth approached the awoken queen, Marasov, who styled herself Shipbreaker, to offer her the same mercy shown to the MCXII. As anticipated by both the Emperor and his Shadow, Marasov rejected the offer of peace, and so the Shadow of Earth killed her on her throne. After the unceremonious death of her queen, the former Queen's Wrath, Petravenge, joined with the Shadow of Earth and swore fealty to the Emperor Callus and his great purpose. Together, Petravenge and the Shadow eliminated any remaining awoken loyalists. We welcome these new shadows to our noble quest. They have dropped the pretenses of their former lives, abandoning their pointless fixations and allegiances. And for this, we celebrate them. Hello all, thanks for tuning in again. We truly do appreciate it. Make sure you check out basically any place that you listen to this podcast, either Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, any place that you listen to it. Make sure that you like it, you subscribe to the content. We're going to have a lot more coming out for 2021, a lot more than we had for 2020, definitely. So please just make sure you just pick that up. We appreciate y'all. Have a great day.